Hey kids, have you ever turned on a light? Or talked to someone on the phone? Or even flown in an airplane? Guess what? Those amazing things weren't always around. A long time ago, people had to use candles for light, letters to send messages, and they couldn't fly at all. But then came the inventors, clever, curious people who loved solving problems and creating new things. They used their imaginations, tools, and hard work to make life easier, better, and a lot more fun. Some inventors made machines. Some helped people talk. Some saved lives. And some even made toys you still play with today. So grab your thinking cap. We're going on a time travel adventure to meet 10 amazing inventors and learn about the awesome things they made. Woo! Are you ready? Let's go! 1. Thomas Edison invention, the light bulb. A long time ago, people used candles or lamps for light. But Thomas Edison had a bright idea. He worked and worked until he made a tiny glass ball that glowed using electricity. A light bulb. Now we can turn on lights with a switch. Fun fact: Edison also helped invent a machine that could play music, like an old-timey music box. 2. Alexander Graham Bell invention, the telephone. Alexander wanted to help people talk to each other from far away. He invented the very first telephone so people could hear voices over wires. He said, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." And that was the first phone call ever. Fun fact: Bell's mom and wife were deaf, so he cared a lot about sound and speech. 3. The Wright Brothers, Orville and Wilbur, invention, the airplane. These two brothers dreamed of flying like birds. They built a plane with wings and a motor. And in 1903, they flew for the very first time. It stayed in the air for 12 seconds, but that tiny flight changed the world. Fun fact: they were also bike mechanics before they built their plane. 4. Johannes Gutenberg invention, the printing press. A long time ago, books had to be written by hand. It took forever. Gutenberg made a machine to print words on paper quickly, like a giant stamp machine. This made books easy to share so more people could learn to read. Fun fact: the first big book he printed was the Bible, and it had 1,282 pages. 5. Benjamin Franklin invention, the lightning rod. Ben loved to learn about weather and electricity. He invented the lightning rod to protect buildings from lightning strikes. He also helped discover that lightning is a kind of electricity. Fun fact: he once flew a kite in a storm to learn about lightning. Don't try that at home. 6. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak invention, the Apple computer. These two friends wanted to build a computer that people could use at home. They made the first Apple computer in a garage. Today, lots of kids and grown-ups use computers, tablets, and phones, thanks to them. Fun fact: the Apple logo is a little apple with a bite taken out. 7. Henry Ford invention, the assembly line, for cars. Henry didn't invent the car, but he made it faster and cheaper to build. He created the assembly line, where each worker did one job to help make a car. This way, more people could afford to own cars. Fun fact: his most famous car was called the Model T, and it only came in black. 8. Marie Curie invention, discoveries in science and medicine. Marie was a scientist who studied tiny invisible things called atoms. She discovered two powerful materials, called radium and polonium, that helped doctors fight sickness. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. And she won too. Fun fact: She helped make X-ray machines for hospitals. 9. Louis Pasteur invention, pasteurization, and vaccines. Louis wanted to help people stay healthy. He figured out that tiny germs can make us sick, and he found ways to stop them. He invented pasteurization to keep milk safe to drink, and he made vaccines to fight diseases. Fun fact: his work saved millions of lives. 10. Ole Kirk Christensen invention, Lego bricks. Ole was a toymaker in Denmark. He made colorful blocks that clicked together, called Lego bricks. Kids all over the world used them to build castles, rockets, animals, anything they imagine. Fun fact: Lego comes from the Danish words leg godt, which means play well. Inventor quiz time. Let's see how much you remember. Can you match the inventor to their invention? Who invented the light bulb? Who made the very first telephone? Who helped people fly with the first airplane? Who made a way to print books quickly? Who invented the Lego bricks? Who helped protect buildings from lightning? Wow, look how many incredible inventors you just met. They were curious, creative, and never gave up. You can be an inventor too. Have you ever built something out of blocks? That's what inventors do. Keep asking questions, exploring your ideas, and dreaming big. Because the next amazing invention could come from you.